Okay.
Yep.
And welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys podcast. I go by the name of Chaku.
Michael Stokes, baby.
And we are back. New week, new drink.
Not necessarily a new drink. I mean, it's a flavor we haven't tried yet.
So
of it.
It's kind of new. Oh, we doing the shooters. You brought the shooters
I
out.
mean, I brought them, but then you told me about last night, and I'm just like, I'm kind of regretting putting them on the table.
Oh, no, it's all good. I'll do it.
All right, this guy.
I'm in.
I'm
in.
All right. So we was meaning to get to this one for a minute, but yeah, running back to Teremana this time, but this is the Anejo. I know I didn't pronounce that right. People were probably like, he's a fucking idiot. He can't pronounce Anejo. And shit.
Yeah, I don't even know how you say it.
I just, what do you want me to do?
That's just tequila. There's the clear one, the brown one, and then there's that one.
Tequila. Is the camera still on?
Yeah, it's still rolling.
All right, cool. That's all that matters. Anyways, but yeah, we got the tequila right here, so we about to pour up real quick. We were just going to do like tequila and pineapple. That might be dope. Let's get a little ASMR real quick.
Damn. Oh, we got the poppers.
It's been a minute.
Man.
Ooh. Whew. Shit smells strong.
So this past week, how was your last week?
I mean, I can't complain. Not bad, really. Just,
all right.
You know what I'm saying? I know that's completely opposite of what you've been going through, so that's why I'm pouring up this shot for you, my boy.
Your man's been fucking busy.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset because last Sunday, a spot that I play at, they had a Bad Bunny versus Daddy Yankee. Or is it Daddy Yankee?
Daddy Yankee.
But they had a show. And they brought the radio station, the Latin radio station, in to
98.5?
Yeah. Nah, it was like 104 something Latin hits. Damn, I'm making a mess. But they dropped in to host the event. Sorry, I'm making myself a bevy right now. So if you're
sorry about that. So all the audio listeners right now, this is the part of the show that we normally make our bevies. We were pretty good at this. But, we do the pod every 2 weeks now, so we're a little bit rusty. So, but we'll be back on top of our shit in a sec. Just give us 1 second. There we go.
Okay. Right. But yeah, so they did the event. And so in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, it's during my block. So I'm guessing that they're going to bring in, like, the Latin, DJ for the station, right? So... Yeah. I find out about the joint like probably like a few days before. So in my head this whole time I'm thinking like, okay, like yeah, they got somebody else to do it.
Wait, was this that beach block party thing?
Nah, that was different.
Okay,
that was a week before. So yeah, I texted the manager in the morning. I was like, hey, so you know what's going on with that? Like, y'all don't need me, right? And he's like, nah, it's all the regular DJs. And in my head, I'm like, fuck. I'm hoping they're not expecting me to play Daddy Yankee and Bad Bunny the whole time because my catalog's not that deep.
It's your worst nightmare.
And
it's literal hell for you.
And so the whole time, the first he was telling me, he's like, nah, just go ahead and like do your regular shit, you'll be all right. And then because he was thinking it would have been like what 98.5 did, because they came by, they set up a little booth and they just kind of like talked on the radio and then, like did their own thing, so it didn't matter what the DJ was playing. And that camera's bugging me. Sorry, it's like hanging off the thing. I don't know why it's doing that. It's been acting goofy.
It's all good.
But so he thought the radio was just gonna like do their own thing and it wasn't gonna be a thing. So when they come in, like they bring like mascots, like the Bad Bunny and Daddy Yankee mascots. They brought tents, like a bunch of promotional stuff for the station, and
pairs of his shoes on raffle.
They brought a MC, and he was like, oh, and by the way, the dude was really nice. He was a cool dude. I got his Instagram handle. I'll post him up and shout him out. But oh damn, I don't even have my phone. But yeah, so like they do the whole thing, and the whole time he's like 104.5, like Latin hits, and I'm in my head, I'm like, man, fuck. Like I know Latin music, but I don't know it like that deeply. So I'm like, I'm burning through like all my shit, And the guy was like, yo, for like not knowing Latin music, like he's like, you're doing like a really good job. But I'm like, dog, I don't have enough for 4 hours. So they had to bring somebody else in. He brought one of his homies in.
Damn, they called in a relief pitcher.
They did. Well, I asked him to. I was like, yeah, bro, you're going to have to call that dude because I'm not going to make it to, I ain't going to make it to 6 o'clock. I'll tell you that right now. You're going to be hearing some nigga shit in a minute. But
did he use your tables or did he set
he set up a controller. But yeah, man, so it was just kind of, it's like I kind of felt like I was blindsided. Mm-hmm. And it sucks, man, because I like to be prepared for things. If I would have been notified like before and, you know, gave enough heads up, then I'd have been like, all right, cool. Like I need to really dig in on this Latin shit because I'm doing the you know, the Bad Bunny versus Daddy Yankee shit.
Yeah.
But the guy that came on after me, like he killed that shit. He knew all of his shit. He was talking about all the old cuts and all that. I was like, all right, bro, do your thing.
Yeah,
so
he had a leg up in the game, you know? Yeah. Cheated.
So, but I think he's one of the station DJs too. So, he plays at Doc Brown's. But yeah, so
where is Doc Brown's?
It's over there by 1604 in Calabria.
Like that's
before
right.
It's like right after that Walmart in that little shopping center. But yeah, so it was nerve wracking, bro. Like I'm up there, like I'm under immense pressure. And he's like, oh, you're doing good.
This is your moment.
And he was showing love, man. But I was up there fucking sweating my ass off. And when I got done, like, you know how like you go through something like your adrenaline is just still like pumping, bro. I was like, I could not relax. Yeah. And then I had to do Lucky Duck later on that night. So, but man, it was very nerve wracking. I felt, because I looked out in the crowd and I looked at like all the people that were sitting there, and you could tell like that's what they were there for.
Yeah.
Like they wanted the Bad Bunny and the Daddy Yankees. I was like, all right, cool. And so I gave them everything that I had in my library.
Give it everything I got.
I'm doing the best that I can, okay?
Give it all she got.
But yeah, man, it's just shit like that. That's like, it's stressful. So that was then. And then yesterday, they've been having like issues with the sound. And I mean, I'm not like
the Sunday location.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say
Sunday night location or the Sunday
day. Huh. So I'll give you this. It's a very common thing, and I don't know if it's just here in San Antonio. It's probably other places, but a lot of venues don't really invest into quality sound.
Yeah, because it's afterthoughts in them, honestly.
And it's completely like mind blowing to me, and it sucks because and this is where I wanted to get into that topic, so we can burn through it real quick. But a lot of venues don't put like emphasis on like the sound, like and you go to these spots and like it doesn't sound good, but people aren't gonna say nothing if it sound. They're just gonna leave. You know what I mean? Like, so. That too, and then it's like you have all these guys out there that say like they're, I don't know what you would call it, but like could it be like a sound designer, or what? I don't know, but they're just doing like installs, right? Yeah. And so they hire like somebody else's like uncle, or he's like, I can get you the shit for the low, but then they overcharging you for like cheap speakers and labor, and you think you're getting a deal. But in turn, what you're getting is a shitty sound system that's probably going to blow in like a month.
Damn.
And then you keep having to get repairs done, and you keep going to that one person that's like just putting out like these. And there's a couple of people in San Antonio that like they've gone around and they've done this to like multiple venues. And I'm not going to say no names because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's very unfortunate because you have these venues that are like really dope and have tons of potential, but they don't invest anything into their sound, so it doesn't sound good. And me being a DJ, it's like you know what sounds good and you know what doesn't. And so there's some venues that have done it right and they have amazing sound, and it's loud enough to where you can feel it and it feels good, but it's not like that loud to where I can't have a conversation with you because it's like ear piercing.
Yeah, yeah.
And so some of these spots, it's like it's ear piercing. And they don't have like the one spot, it's like overloaded with speakers, like they have too many. They don't need that many for like that amount of space. And then another one is like they don't have like the right speakers. It's not enough power. And my thing is like when you go to a venue and like you go to hear music, like you want like a warm sound. So like when we went to the concert,
yeah,
it's a big space and the sound is fucking like there's racks. It's loud as fuck, but we can still have a conversation. But with like these venues, like you go in, it's just like ear piercing, like high pass sounds, like
that, like Babcock.
Yeah.
That's why I hate going there. Like I love the atmosphere, but I just know like either it's the DJ who plays there or whatnot, but he has that shit on like. It's like you got to scream at the person next to you and have a conversation.
And it sucks because, I mean, I don't want to have to like yell and, try and have a conversation with you. I want the sound to be warm. I want you to be able to like, you can feel the music, you can feel the bass and thing. It makes you want to move, but at the same time, if you need to have a conversation, like you could still do that.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And I feel like a lot of venues don't do their sound right. And it's unfortunate because I feel like you would have more people in those spaces if they took the time to kind of like plan it out. Because there's this one spot too where it's like they have 4 like 15-inch powered speakers and they're all facing like the middle of the venue, and then like all that sound comes back to me and I can't hear shit. And even with my monitor on, it's like it's like overbearing. Yeah, it's like too much.
That'd actually be something I'd be interested to see like the stats on or something like that. If you could run like a poll, or if someone did a poll of like how likely are you to stay in a bar if the music is like, if the sound system is too fucking loud.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because the music can be good and the DJ can be great, but the sound system's trash. It's like it kind of ruins the experience. But see, and so I got into this conversation yesterday with a friend because it was just like there's nothing you can do about it, right?
Yeah.
It's like out of your control. And it's unfortunate. Like, I get it. But for me, it's like this whole DJ shit and like shit that I do with like, whether it's like music, film, or anything like that, it's like I want to do it right. And I want to put out a quality versus, put out some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Or like to go DJ a set and it just sounds like shit. Because that looks bad on me. And it's like me being the professional, it's like you got to put your foot down at some point. But I feel like that's why a lot of things have gotten to the place that they're at now, is because these people that like put their passion into it and whatever, but they didn't speak up, it's like people think that that's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's like the regular shit. So like these venues that have these sound systems, it's like, oh, like nobody's going to say anything for one. And then 2, it's like people, like you just adapt to it. After a while, you're just like, all right, whatever. Like this is just how this place is going to be. So it's either I come here or I don't come here.
Yeah.
And so my point behind that is just like, I feel like that's what kind of fucks things up. So like, look at it from the standpoint of like the DJ, right? Mm-hmm. So you hire a DJ to come play at your spot, and this DJ is charging his rate and he's getting his rate and whatever. But then you have this other guy that comes in and he's not the best DJ, but he's a nigga that can play music, right? And so they're like, all right, well, we can cut costs and I can have this guy come in and play music for a lot cheaper than the other guy. It doesn't matter if he's good or not. It's just we need music in here when there's people in here,
yeah.
Right? And so I feel like this is where a lot of like the shitty DJs come from. And that's what kind of fucks up the game, because people are saying like, nah, it's not okay. You know what I mean? And then they try to boil it down to like, oh, well, that's just his creative choice. It's like, I'm like, I get that. Like, be who you want to be when you're doing your shit. But at the same time, it's like, don't fuck up the game by like, you can't get gigs nowhere else. It's like, that's why you can't get them anywhere else. It's because you're not, I hate talking shit like this, but it's just like there's DJs out there that aren't good and they're getting booked at these places, and it's making other people that aren't good like it's okay.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's making sense for like anybody listening, but for me, it's like I'm super passionate about it. So when I go to a place and it's like the sound quality is fucked up. So like last night I was having the hardest time, and I don't normally get too frustrated, but I was like super fucking frustrated. Like I just like, I had to sit down for a second. I'm like, this is like, it's ruining my whole vibe, and like it doesn't sound good. And I feel like that's a reflection on me, is because I'm doing whatever I can to fix it. And I'm the guy up there, and I would watch people walk out, mm-hmm. and I'm like, yo, this is like this is so bad.
See, fucked up sound is like someone who's not a DJ or whatnot. From my perspective, it lowers the standard of your establishment to me. Like I feel like if I go into a place and it's like really nice, but the music, like the speakers are fucking up, and like I can notice it because I never notice that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's something like that where like the speakers are going in and out while the DJ is playing, or
rattling,
it's like piercingly loud and shit like that. Those are the things that I notice, and like in my mind, I'm like, this establishment is not as good as it looks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's the thing that goes through my mind. I'm just like, oh shit, empty. But it's like, oh, y'all put all your money into making the place look nice, but it's like I don't want to be in here because the sound is so shitty.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And so I kind of relate that to like film, right? They say it doesn't matter how good your film looks, if the sound quality is shit, nobody's gonna like it.
Exactly.
And so I feel like that's the same for like venues and like in DJ. Like if it doesn't sound good, it's like it's pointless. But it sucks because there's so many people that just tell you like, okay, well, like you can't do nothing about it. It's like, dude, it's like, well, actually I can. And I feel, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like nobody's really put their foot down before, and then the people that do either get like blackballed or blacklisted, and they're like, oh, well, this nigga talk too much, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be a thing like that because I'm only trying to help the venues that I play at or anywhere else, like, just get better. Because, I mean, you know, in the long run, it's like, it's more clientele for you. It's more business for you. It's more money for you. So that means it should equate to more money for me in, you know, helping me establish or like build my career, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like the first time somebody says something, it's like, get that nigga out of here. We're gonna bring in the guy that charges $150 in a bar tab to play gigs. And next thing you know, it's like you have this place, and it's unfortunate because I feel like this is why people like look at DJs crazy, like, oh, just play the song, like you can just play it. It's like, nah, man, like it's not that. I feel like that's why people think that's what it is now, is because nobody's ever put their foot down, and they put these DJs in there that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and it fucks up the game. And so you got to sit there, because like there was a couple that came in last night, and they were like, oh, so what do you got? Like you gonna wiki? Like they're doing that shit, and then they're like, hey, so what's up? And mind you, I hadn't even started yet. Like I was just setting up, and they were just being like fucking rude.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, it don't work like that. Like I'm not just going, like, you come in and in the first like 5 minutes and you ask me to play like all ratchet shit or like all hood shit. It's like, nigga, I just started. Like I'm here to like build an environment and a vibe. It's like, that's not it. It's like, we're not jukeboxes. Don't come in and just start requesting crazy shit off the bat. But there's some DJs out there, like people will come up like, hey, play this, and I'm like, well, yeah, fuck it. No, mix from one song and I just like drop the other joint, and I'm like,
all right, yeah.
And then like they get hype. And I'm like, yo, like that's not what DJing is, bro. It's like you're supposed to, like, we shuffle through mass amounts of fucking music and take hours and hours a day to like run through this shit and really like build something special for y'all. And then y'all come up and just drop it. Just do it. Just download it from YouTube. I'm like, fuck off. Fuck off. But yeah. Sorry, the DJ rant today. It's been a fucking long 2 weeks. He was on one.
He was on one. He had that one like built up,
tucked.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna let you cook, bro. You know what I'm saying? Longer you cook, the longer I ain't gotta talk.
Yeah, I had to get that shit off though, because like people, I'm a very passionate person when it comes to like shit that I'm doing, and I want quality. I want shit to be good for y'all. So
everyone should take as much pride in their craft as, you know what I'm saying. Like, if you take pride in your craft, then it makes it what's the term that I'm looking for?
It makes your career more fruitful.
Yeah.
Because and see, that's the thing too. It's like, it sucks because there's so much bullshit out there.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that, and I hate to say it, man. I mean, you could probably get good in a few years if you actually like took time to like focus and.
But what you're getting at is like, if everyone stepped their game up and shit, essentially, if I can dumb it down, then it will be beneficial to everyone in the craft.
Yeah, for sure.
But if people are out there accepting lower standards for their craft because they don't take it as serious and shit like that, then it fucks the game up for people in your craft, because now they're gonna do what you were saying of like, oh, you got a problem with our sound? Fuck you. We're just gonna get this other guy, person who sucks for this much and shit, because we don't want to basically fix our sound and shit to basically help everyone in the craft out.
Yeah.
Essentially. So that was great. I put that together.
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate it. So you translate it for me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
My translator. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. But the thing that's crazy to me is like I was looking at this. I follow like a bunch of DJ shit on Instagram, and this guy was talking about like in the 90s, I think he had DJ like somewhere in New York, and the rate at the time was like $300 for DJs.
Damn.
And it's funny because it's like years later, and like that's still like
inflation didn't affect it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
but yeah,
unless
you know,
become like the mega DJ who's doing
like
EDM
the
sets and
Diplos and all that shit, which you know is cool. But it's like, yo, like if you're at a venue and like the venue's doing good and you have like a good DJ, it's like compensate that dude. Like,
yeah.
But because you think about it too, is like we spend so much fucking money on equipment. Like I just bought some new equipment yesterday because it just came in stock, so I was like, I better grab it before I'm not gonna be able to grab it. That bitch $1,500.
Yeah.
For that, and
equipment been hard as fuck for you to get anyway since COVID, right?
Like, yeah, because everything's been like back ordered, and then all that shit with like the shipping and everything. So game's been kind of fucked up. But they sent me the email notification like, get yours today, and I was like, fuck yes, finally.
I don't mind if I do.
Yeah. So, but it's crazy to see, and I wish more DJs would put their foot down when it comes to protecting their craft and protecting what they do. Because I'll be completely honest, bro, because like I didn't really, like I kind of stumbled into like the DJ world. So yeah. I try to respect it as much as I can by like doing my research and like doing the things that, you know, I'm by no means, I'm not like a fucking turntablist, but I'm not a bad DJ. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't get booked as much as I do, but it just, the crazy shit is like we got to fight to like get paid. Like it's hard for us to get paid, and people put so much energy and they rely so heavily on your following, right? Yeah. Like your Instagram followers or whatever, and like the analytics, but it's like that's not gonna bring people in. I can have 40,000, you know, people on my shit, and I guarantee you like a solid like 5 or 6 are gonna show. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you have to do more to promote for your business. And that's not just like I'm not saying it's the spots that I'm at, but it's just like across anywhere really. It's like everybody relies so heavily on social media to promote their business, whatever, but they're not out there like really doing the footwork to like get people in the door anymore. It's not like how shit was back in like the early 2000s when niggas was leaving flyers and shit on your car.
Oh, the good old days.
You'll get like the ecstasy cabaret shit on your fucking window and like, fuck it, let's go. But that's the thing. It's like you see it. It's in your hands. It's tangible.
It's tangible. Yeah.
So you're like, well, fuck, and you remember it more. Versus, I have people skip over my shit all the time, and I know they do because I had posted a flyer the other day, to a spot that I was at, and at the time they were running a promotion and they had like $3 you call it, right? And so I left that on the flyer. One person called it out. Not even all the people that I tagged in it. One person calls like, hey, we're not doing the $3 you called anymore. I was like, oh, fuck.
You did it intentionally.
I didn't do it intentionally. I forgot it was on there. Because I posted one the other day when we were telling people to pop by after the Kevin Hart show. Yeah. And I had that on, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, shit, wrong one. But nobody said anything. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't, like, they just, like, skim over it. Versus if you had, I mean, chances are if you put some shit on somebody's car, they probably don't want this shit. But, that, you know, probably like 3 out of 10 might fucking look at it and be like, all right, might pop up.
So I worked with a graphic design dude who did some shit like that to me when I was interning. Mm-hmm. And so essentially it's like I'd send an idea of what I needed from him, and he would craft it up, send me like the rough. I'd say like, okay, this is cool, and then send it to my boss for like final approval. Mm-hmm. And like he fucked me one time and like intentionally left like 2 words misspelled down at the far bottom of the fucking flyer. Damn. And then like it almost got out the door before he was just like, I can't believe you guys didn't catch the typo. We were just like, what? And he's like, yeah, I did it intentionally. I just wanted to see if anyone checks the shit. And we were just like, the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, that's a dick move, fool. But like, not in your case, but it's just like, I almost had a gotcha moment like that. And it's like, dog, I'm a fucking intern. I don't hold no weight here. Like, I don't fucking can't speak up on every fucking thing. It's like, yo, it's like I'm trusting in you to do the right thing. And
then that thing, it's one of those things. But that's different. Like, you trusting somebody to do like their job or whatever. Me, I kind of made a mistake. I posted the wrong one because I got so many different ones. Yeah. But for you to intentionally do some shit like that, it's kind of bogus.
Big flyer man.
But then on top of that too, it's like you do all the work. Like, that shit takes time. Yeah. Like, to make flyers and do all, like, that shit takes time. Like, I barely have enough time in my day as is. But there, like, no place now has a budget for marketing. They're just like, oh, well, he would just throw you a little extra something. I'm like, bro, like, if I was in like graphic design, I was solely doing shit with my hourly rate is fucking stupid.
You should every profitable company, at least 10% of it, their earnings go to the marketing department. Yeah. I should know this because I'm in marketing.
See, so, but it's one of those things. Like, y'all gotta, just people and owners of venues got to take that into account. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll listen, maybe they won't.
Probably not.
And this ain't on like no negative shit, like no shit talking. It's just like, I want to see people like expand and grow and like
it's I get it. And if we can tie it in with the last thing that we said, like because how you're talking about like all these people don't put no money into their own marketing and shit like that. Yeah. That kind of lowers the standard for my career field, honestly. Because everyone thinks that like, oh, I can make a flyer on Canva and shit like that, and I can do all this on my phone. So that's marketing. That's all marketing is right there, and blah blah. And it's just like, no, there's many different aspects to it. Like, I don't touch flyers and shit, but I'm technically I'm in digital marketing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I do none of that shit, but I'm editing websites and like the background of what's going on the website and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And that's a different marketing. And then you got sales and shit in there and all that stuff. But when everyone always like takes it like that, and like, oh, I made a flyer and I've used this flyer and I gave these flyers to someone I knew and they used them for their small business or whatnot. You don't need money for marketing and shit. Yeah. That's what you go through with people dropping their weight, not accepting what they're worth. Yeah. And shit. That's how I feel about it when I hear shit like that. Of like,
it's like, why get the nigga that is a professional? We could just get some nigga that learned this shit on YouTube.
Exactly.
And thinks he knows about marketing, because how they gonna know the difference? Yeah. But it's like somebody that's in marketing and like knows what the fuck they're talking about can do so much more for you. That's why they got the degree. You know what I'm saying? They can tell you how to attack things at a certain angle and you know, increase, whether it's like your Instagram views or like whatever the fuck. It's like not the nigga down the street that's just making flyers on his phone. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, I just made this in like 5 minutes. Like,
crank these bitches out.
Fuck off, bro. Like, fuck off. I mean, if that's how you do your shit, then get your money. But I mean, charge. Don't be doing this shit for like free 99.
I mean, these are all just problems of technology, essentially, because, you know, 20 years ago, no one would really say that, because even if you were like mocking some shit up, there was no app on the phone to do that. Same thing with like making music. Same thing with like being a DJ. Essentially, there's a bunch of things that have been affected in the last like 20 years because of the technology that we have on us all the fucking time. Yeah. And it's just it sucks.
That's like those jukeboxes at venues. Yeah, where it's like, be the DJ. Like, fuck off. Like, whoever wrote that shit.
Those are the worst too. Like, there's a bar that I like to frequent every now and then during football season for drinks. But it's that fucking the fucking, I forgot the name of it or like whatnot.
Touch Tunes.
Yeah, Touch Tunes. There we go. And they DJ. Fucking man, you got to get there in time, because if someone loads that bitch up with like Leonard Skinner all fucking night long, it's like, even if you do like to pay the extra for the quick pass, other motherfuckers are paying the quick pass. Yep. So it just keeps bumping your song further and further back, man. It's fucking annoying.
Yep. So. But yeah, that's my whole DJ rant. I'm done with it. My key thing from this whole rant is just, I want to see people like do better and grow. And hopefully, you know, 'cause I mean, in San Antonio gets shit on a lot by their venues. So like last night, I don't know if everybody knows, but Bad Bunny's in town.
Oh,
your favorite. He went to Andretti or something, and then after that, he ended up at Fourth Quarter.
Yeah.
Out of all bars in San Antonio, the Fourth Quarter. Now, I'm not going to shit talk Fourth Quarter, but it's just not like the greatest place.
No, it's not.
It's not like I'm not going to, like, in my head, I'm not like, oh, fuck, where should I go to? Fourth Quarter, that's where I'm going. No, like, Fourth Quarter is that you stop by to say what's up to somebody and you dip.
But doesn't this kind of feed into what we talked about before of just, like, we're not a fancy bar, club, establishment city anymore.
Which is crazy, though, because we could be. There's, like, so you look at, like, Dallas and, like, Houston, and which I'm given they're pretty big on that shit out there, and out here it's more like family, but it's like San Antonio's won that. It's like we don't want to have to drive up to Austin to get like a Rainy Street experience or like a West 6th Street experience.
Yeah, and of course all that's being invested down here. But I'm talking about like when like a musician comes into town, normally the way it used to be was like, oh shit, they're gonna be at this club tonight.
Yeah.
In VIP and all that.
There's nothing like that.
They don't do like that's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't happen.
Bad Bunny, the biggest artist
in the world
right now, at Fourth Quarter. Which I get too, because maybe it's a
great story though.
You know, at that level, it's like maybe you want something that's a little bit more low key and like chill. So you ain't gonna pop up to like the biggest club.
It's just like an artist of his caliber, of like what we described. That's something that you would be like, oh, they're gonna be at this club. Because I remember when the Spurs played LeBron. Yeah, this is like late. This is like 2010, 2009. And it was like all over the fucking radio that the after party was going to be at Antro. Yeah. Which was a club back in the day here. Oof. Like shit like that don't happen anymore.
But it's crazy because last time they came, they did like a private event at Champagne Room. Yeah. Downtown. And Champagne Room is like, it's the homie spot. It's a nice little spot.
Very small too.
But it's just like it's a smaller spot. It's more like that whole strip is kind of like a 6th Street type thing. Yeah. So it's a bunch of like small bars. But I just, it's like Dallas. Like I sent you that one. Dallas is called like Bodega. Yeah. And it like has a front like a
convenience no, that was Fort Worth. That was Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, yeah. And so it has like a front like a convenience store, but then you go in the back and it's like this really dope spot. San Antonio has the potential for that, and we have enough areas.
Is Moses Roses still around?
I think so, yeah.
Because that'd be the equivalent of that thing we saw in Fort Worth.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember running what's it called, a pub run. And that was one of the stops on the pub run. And when I walked in, I was like, what the fuck? Because it's just like there's no door or whatnot. It's just like a...
Yeah, you get trapped in that little room.
Yeah, a little fucking escape room thing, you know? Let me pour up. We're refilling right now.
But, yeah. San Antonio has potential for, you know, a lot of dope shit out here. And, I mean, it would make the experience a lot better for people that like to go out and, like to enjoy themselves at a different spot. I don't have to drive to Austin every time. But so like you said, like bringing in artists from like different, like, you know, like when people go on tour and shit, San Antonio gets nobody.
Well, they got
bad money, but that's because the market's here for that.
Yeah, exactly.
But like Kid Cudi did Austin, Houston,
Dallas, Austin, Houston. He could have made that little hour drop.
Yeah, like he could have came down,
bust the left up I-10. It was like, nah, we just going to Houston.
He's like, yeah, we just going to Houston. We gotta get the fuck out of Texas. But it's crazy because like Kendrick Lamar, he's not doing a show in San Antonio, is he?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like the tour.
But I think he's only doing Houston.
Yeah.
I thought.
But it's crazy because like tours don't stop here, except for like big Latin artists. Yeah. But I mean, maybe Justin Timberlake. But
we do.
But I wish we would get some more people out here like that.
That's always been the thing, though. But they blamed it on multiple things of like. When it all just basically comes down to like they see the market, it's like we probably can't sell out a stadium there. Like fuck,
they ain't selling shit.
Unfortunately, we're
gonna have to lower the price of tickets. Niggas gonna try to sneak in with their cousin and shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, like within the next 5-10 years, like we get some really dope shit down here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people investing.
I mean the area that I play in right now, like there's a lot of dope shit popping up, and there's a few people from Austin that are buying up shit and, you know, making these venues down there. So that's cool. Just make sure y'all invest in y'all sound.
Gotta make sure they do that. But if we could transition a little bit, we were gonna jump into it originally, but what's been popping with the sneaks right now? Any new hits?
I haven't been seeing a lot of like dope shit recently. I've been seeing things like here and there, but I haven't been copping as much as I normally do, which is good.
Look at this nigga showing restraint. Holy shit!
But I did end up picking up some of these slides, and I feel bad because these are the ones that Yeezy don't like, and I'm wearing some right now. But I mean, I like them. This is
Can never meet your idol.
I know he's gonna be like, Chalk, I can't fuck with you. You bought them fake ass Yeezy slides.
Those are fake, you know.
But yeah, nah. So I copped these, the white ones, just a little joints to wear around the house. I would never wear these in public. Only my Yeezy slides in public.
This nigga.
These get the house nigga treatment.
I'm gonna catch you at like the gas station one time, and then I'll be like, "Nigga, you out in public?"
Nah, I can't wear these out in public. These are the house slides only. And see, I never used to wear slides, but I got them foam runners. Oh my god, them shits is so comfortable.
You're a slide guy now.
The foam runner and the Yeezy slides are probably like my favorite shoe out of all the shoes that I have. They're the most comfortable. They look fucking crazy, and I love it. And then I tried to hit on Confirmed because I wanted a pair for me and my baby girl, but I didn't. And then I ended up going to JD, and they had them there. So I got these. I'm gonna try to get her pair on StockX.
And this is a pair that I also did acquire. If if everything still sticks or whatnot, they were pending my charges, and they returned my money, which basically is a sign that they ran out of stock or whatnot. But I still haven't gotten like an official notification that it was canceled.
Which I hate. I hate when that shit happens.
Yeah.
So Beffy's Beauty Supply, they released those Jordans. I think they were the 7s, and so I bought me and my baby a pair of those. But so Monier, they released the Airship, the blue and white ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a pair in my cart, and it wouldn't let me check out. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So the next day, I get an email from them, and it's like, did you still want these? And it still had them in the cart. And so I went back to the page and like tried to, and it was like out of stock. I was like, you motherfuckers. But yeah, so those are a couple of things that I hit on. I'm really looking forward to the Fire Red 3s. And I think that's about it.
Fire Red 3s, nice. I skipped on the Georgetown 7s this weekend in favor of those Yeezys. I did want those. There was a moment where I was on the sneakers app about to hit accept and then do my little Apple Pay, but you know.
Yo, those 12s, the stealth 12s, nobody touched them shits.
They finally sold out of my size.
Yeah.
It took like 2 weeks essentially. So that's another crazy thing about like some Jordans that are just like sitting for a minute, as we've discussed before. Like if they run out of my size quick, then that's normal. But if I see my size still available after like an hour or two, I'm just like, ooh, what's wrong? What's going on here?
I don't want these.
Yeah, it's like something wrong, you know?
But one I am kind of eyeing for, and they don't come out till October, is the 4s, the black canvas.
Mm-hmm.
I really want those. And then the OG Chicago, the Reimagine, because the box is dope on it. It comes with like that little receipt paper and all that. But other than that, like I really don't see anything that I'm like interested in.
I really want these. I want a pair of SBs. There's like this black pair coming out in October, I believe. I'll be looking for those. And then there's this pink pair of Dunks going around on Instagram that I think are supposed to come out in later this month, but I haven't seen anything official that I'm really looking at. Other than that, I think the next thing I'm waiting on is the cherry red 11s, but that's not till December. And then that fucking lineup, they released the fucking lineup of the 2023 summer release of all the Jordans that I sent you.
There's a couple pair in there I see. They're kind of hot.
So I'm fucking with those Wizards threes. That's fucking
Those are
crazy.
Dope. So all right, we know that Kanye is having this feud with Adidas and Gap.
Yes, he is.
So with that being said, are we still buying Yeezys?
Oh, absolutely.
Because he had made a comment about like a bunch of colorways and like stuff that he didn't approve of. So I'm trying to figure out like which ones are the ones that he approved of. Cause then I'll buy those. But if it's like on some fuck shit and like they released a bunch, so like I'm even wondering like the ones I got now are.
Yo, man's still a billionaire, man. You know, so it doesn't matter. I'm still copping. It doesn't matter.
They got some dope joints coming out though.
If it's a dope colorway and he says he didn't fucking approve it, I'm sorry. I'm still wearing it. You know what I'm saying?
I can't be mad though. I know he hates it, but they did the retros and they brought the turtle doves back and they're about to do the pirate black ones, and I want a pair of those so bad. But then like the Yeezy basketball knit, the Slate Onyx, those are fucking dope. The Panda, they look better on foot. Yeah, way better on foot. But there's some joints coming out soon that I'm like,
I still want some 700s.
I got my eye on. I want the 750s.
There is a 700 that's supposed to be coming out,
and then they're supposed to be bringing back the
October.
boots, right?
Yeah, the boots drop the beginning of next year. So, but that's the thing I was saying is like that's a shoe I can't get down with because I don't live in a cold weather city like that. But if I lived in like Colorado or something like that, I'd be rocking them hoes.
But if you happen to go,
so I'm gonna buy this shoe to wear it one fucking time. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but nigga, you about to be a world traveler. You gonna be out in the mountains.
But I'm not gonna be in the fucking mountains all the time. I'm not a mountain nigga. You know, hey, that's another thing I was gonna get.
But what if you turn into a mountain nigga?
I'm good. I'm good on the mountains. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm becoming a beach nigga.
You a beach nigga?
I think I might be a beach nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? I had the sunburn on my arms. I didn't even feel it, but my shit was peeling because your boy had on the tank 2 weeks ago when I was at the coast.
He was out there getting toasty.
I was just out there, had the brewski in hand, you know what I'm saying? Just walking on the beach front. I was just like, damn, I get it.
So that's how you spent your Labor Day weekend?
No. I didn't go for Labor Day. I went the weekend prior.
Oh, shit.
So this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't do shit. Had some glizzies last night, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
The glizzy goblin.
Glizzy, bacon wrap glizzies. Woo!
Bro, see, now you making me hungry. I think all I had to eat today was McDonald's. Damn. I've been busy, man. I've been trying to revamp all my shit. I've been looking for a new place. I've been they've been working. Yes. But yeah, I think I'm a mountain nigga. I like the mountains. I mean, I'm from South Dakota though, so it's like
makes sense.
It's just so relaxing.
Until you fall.
Beach just is not fun for me.
Until you fall.
Because it's like the sand, and then you got sand in your ass crack.
Never mind. I'll share that off pot. But yeah, I wasn't a beach nigga for the longest time. I was like, I don't like this. This is dumb. Like, why do y'all do this?
Maybe I got to go more. It's probably because I'm not close enough.
Yeah,
when we went out to Tampa, I went to go visit my sister. I could have easily been a beach nigga, but we didn't have time.
I didn't enjoy it as much. You know what? The crazy thing is, I didn't really start enjoying it until last year when I went to Destin. Like, even when I went to South Beach for a bachelor party, and it was like, okay, I get it. Like, I understand why y'all are out here, but I didn't really enjoy it, so I went to Destin, and Destin is just like, it's a beautiful beach optically. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's why it really set in. Even though Corpus, it looks nothing like a Destin or whatnot. That water dirty as shit.
It definitely don't look like that.
Water dirt brown, man. But fuck, it's still just chilling, kicking back in it,
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was probably a good time. I always wanted to go to the beach at night and do the fire pit and
shit. I will not.
Nah, you don't do that?
No night beach.
See, that's some mountain nigga shit. Oh, man. But nah, Labor Day weekend, I really didn't do much. I don't think that there wasn't really much to do.
That's the point. You observed Labor Day weekend the right way by doing nothing.
But I mean, I didn't even get to hang out with fam and shit. I just worked, really.
Yeah, I'll say that. I did go see my mom. Yeah, I pulled up on her and shit.
You had a little BBQ.
Nah,
really just hanging out.
Hung out, said what's up. But that's what I actually put the topic on here for, if we're being real. when it comes to Labor Day, and I don't know, maybe this was just my family or whatnot, but when that Labor Day weekend came up, or any type of like 3-day weekend or something where like you're supposed to just grill, did your family do the grilling on Sunday or do they do it the Monday that you were off?
Sunday.
That's what I thought too, because like that's what I always was just like. No, my parents always.
It was like
we'd grill Sunday, so they didn't have to do shit on Monday.
Yeah, it was like grill, like hang out with fam, eat, get fucked up.
Yeah,
and then that way Monday you just chill.
Because we went to my girl's parents' house yesterday, and like she was like, "Yeah, we just want to have some, just grill some glizzies and all that." And I was like, "Oh, y'all don't do that on Sunday?" And she's like, "Why would we?" And I was just like, because it's Labor Day.
Yeah, like you got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like that's why no one has like their fucking parties on Monday. Like
you gotta have them on Sunday.
Gotta work. You have them on Sunday and all that. Yeah, so I just found that a little bit strange, and I was just like, was I the only one who did that or no?
That's why on like the weekends, like if you have barbecue, you do them on Saturday. You don't do them on Sunday unless you're watching football.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like you can still do everything early enough and then go home and sleep and wake up and be ready for work.
Yeah.
Some people it takes them a little bit longer to recover from the festivities. Me, I don't get hangovers and shit, so I just I'll be all right.
It's it's you can work around it typically. I haven't been hungover in a while, for being real, but
I also just been doing straight liquor though.
This guy. Well, that would help because there's no sugar in your mixer.
Because I don't like doing all the other unless I'm going to like a craft cocktail bar, then I'll do like the different shit. But when I'm working, I only drink when I'm working.
This guy.
That's just,
that didn't sound.
It just sound
crazy,
good
anyways.
Right? Yeah. Fucking 10 o'clock in the morning, just drinking at work. Oh Lord, nah, I would never.
Just imagine being on the opening Zoom in the morning and just like pulling out a beer and popping the top.
Yo, but some people was doing that during the pandemic. They had a little coffee mug. This shit was full of Baileys or just straight vodka if you a psychopath. But yeah, they was doing some shit.
When I bought this today, some fucking old white, he wasn't old, like middle-aged white dude was like in the, because the Specs I went to, they got like a cooler of vodka that's on ice that's cooled down. He was like perusing through there looking for some like straight vodka. And it was like a cheap brand too. It was like
McCormick.
Nah, it wasn't that cheap. It was a little bit like the bottle was fancy, but I was surprised by the price. It was only like $16 when he got it. Nah, it wasn't any of those. It had some weird tag. It was like a purple tag on it, and I was just like, "Yo, this guy, he about to go sit in his car and just take that hoe to the head."
He could walk out in the parking lot. He's just in there.
I thought he was. He was backing up real slow. He parked next to me and shit, and I was just like, "Yo, he really just taking the bottle," but like, nah, he was like backing up so he can pull out a spot.
I used to work at a liquor store.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah, people would come in at like, cause we'd sell in the morning, and they come in and buy bottles, cause the military. So you can come in and buy a bottle at like 8 a.m. when we open.
Military special.
Yeah, and people would be buying that milk. They'd buy like boxes, and then you would see them back the next week. I'm like, how fucking much do y'all drink?
Yeah.
Like I didn't, cause when I started working there, I was like 19.
Yeah.
20. And then like now I'm just like, oh, I see why y'all buying so much liquor, because life is hard, nigga. Niggas be going through things.
Now you're an adult and it's like, I get it now.
It's like, how come, like in my head I'd be like, damn, niggas be drinking, because they would come in like on their lunch break and they'd buy the miniature bottles of vodka, because you can't smell vodka on your persons, depending on how much you drink. And this guy would just come in all the time. He'd be red, and I'm like, oh, he getting some shit. He got to go back to work.
After it.
And I would always like, why do people like get fucked up? And then like, why is this? And it's like now you older. It's like, oh shit, yeah. Like, go on, let me get 4 or 5 of those miniatures. You having them shits in your desk at work.
I think that's kind of funny because like whenever I see like the miniatures or whatnot, I'm always just like, only alcoholics buy this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like, I've got this full size fucking bottle of liquor in my hand. I'm just like, I'm not an alcoholic. I wouldn't buy those miniature bottles. Buy those you know what I'm saying?
I have whole bottles and just pour them in flasks. I'm not an alcoholic. Oh man, but it's crazy. Yeah, niggas be going through shit, especially after the pandemic. You know, people just fucking need a drink 24 hours a day.
Need a release.
You know what I will say is crazy though, is I feel like, and I mean this could just be from my perspective, but I feel like drinking and things has been like super glamorized. Because for me, it's like the only time I'm really like drinking and doing shit is when I'm at when I'm doing a gig.
When you're at work.
I'm working and I have to be. It's like social, right? I don't drink at home. Like I have tons of alcohol, so you can never call me alcoholic.
This is the same thing. That's why I hate buying new shit because it just sits on the shelf.
Unless I have like a party or something,
Yeah.
but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 30 bottles up there.
Yeah.
It's like 30 bottles up there.
Like my girl's she informed me on her birthday I have to leave the house because she's having like a stupid fucking slumber party.
Night.
Yeah, fucking dumbass slumber party. I can't bring my own fucking dog. You know what I'm saying? He has to stay there. And I'm like, no one goes in my fucking room. No one touches my dog. You know? But
leave Max out of this girly fest.
But to me, it's like, oh, this is an excuse for me to get rid of all of this alcohol that I've had. Because it's just like, look at all this fucking dry bar up here that I don't touch. Because I'm not someone who I'd try it if there was a drink that we made and I liked, like I'd have one with my girl. But it's never something that like, quitting time to pull up a scotch. You know what I'm saying? A scotch on the rocks,
like
2 fingers.
Like I don't come home and like start working on music and then be like, let me pour up a glass.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know why.
I'm not even thinking about that. Even when I eat dinner, I'm like, I'm not gonna crack open a beer. I got all that Happy Dad in the fridge still.
Yeah, that too. I got all them fucking Simplies in mine.
I'm like,
still.
Oh, Lord. So if y'all want this, DM us. We'll send it to you. You can get your
box it all up. We'll do like a care package.
Yeah, we'll do a care package.
Whoever watches this or hears this and DMs at the Saucy Boys Pod on Instagram, we will box it all up and send it to you.
Yeah, whatever we feel like letting go of, which is a lot because I got a lot of shit that I'm not drinking.
Be a nice little care package for you.
But yeah,
let's go ahead and get in the music corner. I feel like we've been rambling long enough.
Yeah, we'll jump into that.
So this music corner is special because we're going to be reviewing a concert essentially. Mm-hmm. Last Thursday I was incredibly honored to accompany Achaku to the city of Houston, H-Town. To see Kid Cudi live and in person, and it was aesthetically pleasing, a very great show.
It was.
I do remember when we were walking out though, the only thing our only disappointment was we felt like he could have done like a lot more. It did feel very short. It didn't feel. It was short. It was like an hour. Yeah. He was only on stage for an hour, even with like the little fake out I'm leaving interlude thing. You know what I'm saying? Which
was weird because he did all his like his hype club tracks like so it was like Pursuit of Happiness and what was the other one?
I'm
in the pursuit of happiness. No.
All the crazy shit I did tonight.
Those are bit yeah. So he did Memories and he did Pursuit of Happiness, and then it just like he blew confetti, and then like rolled out, and then But what was crazy to me is like when they brought like when everybody's like Cudi,
yeah.
in the road directly behind us, like in the because we were on the floor. Hey, floor seats, baby. But they started stomping.
Yeah,
it's like, and I thought niggas was running.
Me too.
So I turned around.
I got a little worried because I was
shit.
just like, shit, it's about to happen. I'm about to be caught in some bullshit.
But then once like we realized it was just them like trying to get him to come back out, then like the other side started doing it, and like the shit was shaking. It was crazy. I will say though, for the show, like he did a lot of like his newer stuff. Oh, it was dope because Chip the Ripper.
Oh yeah, that was lit.
Chip the Ripper got to come out. Yeah. But he did a lot of like shit off his new album, and then it was like a lot of the slower songs.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it was still good, but I was wanting like. Cause he came out, he's like, "Y'all ready to rage?"
Yeah,
I thought we was gonna get Rage or Cudi.
Took us down.
Then it was just like, had me all emotional.
We're gonna rage.
Yeah.
And it's like the raging shit was at the end. It's like, yo, bro. But it was just crazy. Like he like crescendoed on that shit and was just like, "All right, I love you, peace," and like ran through the door and he's like, "Wait, Nick, excuse me, like you owe me like 15 more songs. What the fuck, my nigga? Like what's going on, bro?" And he came back out. After like a 5-minute, you said like he went and took a shit real quick and then came back out and did like what? He did like 2 or 3 more songs?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he only did 10 total, to be real. I wasn't counting because I was in a...
And it wasn't an emotional roller coaster. You just had niggas emotional the whole time. It was no roller coaster. It was just emotions. Yeah. The entire time. This nigga did Man on the Moon and I'm like Thinking about all the long drives home that I listened to that song and shit. I'm just that man on the moon.
Bunch of sad boys.
Yeah, it was. But the nigga next to me was just in it. He's like fucking. He's doing all the shit.
Some fucking guy in front of us kept doing like the half of the heart thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to like tell him, be like, yo, he's not gonna fucking complete your heart, bro. Like, get the fuck over it.
It was dope though, because he was signing vinyls and shit. So
yeah, that was dope. Really that was dope. But even with that, he didn't get to all the vinyls like he said he would. Yeah. That's why I was thinking, like, is this like an emergency? Did like someone tell him like, yo, something happened, you got to cut the show?
Yeah,
real fast or wasn't? Because
it was weird.
It seemed super awkward how it ended, because he was like, I'm gonna sign all these vinyls all night long. We're gonna be here for a while. I got all these songs that are dedicated to you. He did one song. Then after the interlude, did another one. That was it. It was like, damn, you said all these songs were dedicated to the fans. What the fuck?
You gave us 2.
Like, yeah, where's Heart of a Lion? That would have been great.
Dog, I was waiting for it because I just wanted to scream at the top of my lungs, no, 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 no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
But I didn't get to do it.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it was funny though, because we were waiting for him to come on, and there was like a row of white dudes behind us, and
they were on shrooms.
They were on shrooms, and they were playing Kendrick, All Right. And he's like, nigga, we gonna be all right.
They were bleeping themselves,
and they were bleeping themselves out. But I'm like, I bet you saying,
I'm pretty sure it's because just we were there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's this black guy in front of us. We better not say nigga.
But
it's gonna be a problem.
Also, that's probably a testament to a more diverse town like Houston. Whereas they're respectful enough to do that. Whereas I know if that show was here, they were Mexican or white guys behind us,
like,
they'd
nigga,
just be
gonna be all
they'd
right.
be just dropping the shit because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
ignorance.
So I will say I was pleasantly surprised with 070 Shake, because I haven't really heard a lot of her music. I just heard her features, and when she brought that dude up on stage and he was wilding out, that was probably the most energy.
I was close to dabbling into some Spotify playlists of hers.
Yeah, I might have to dig into it, because I know she has some shit. I've heard a couple of songs, but I'm not like a fan. There was like niggas in there like singing her shit word for word. I didn't realize she was like that big. Yeah. But I mean, she was on the Kanye shit, so. And nothing hurts anymore. But yeah, overall, like, it was a dope show. And, I'm ready for the next concert. I'm ready for the next, but, since we're in San Antonio, I don't know when that'll be.
You have to be another city, though.
We got to
my only thing that I'll say, which I brought it up again. In 2022, we have not figured out a way to make the floor seating more comfortable. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
There was plenty of space down there that they could have expanded the seats out.
They could have, like, slid them to the side.
Had more space for each people. Like, I was super uncomfortable at first. And then, like, when everyone started standing up, I was like, okay, this isn't going to be bad. But, like, my foot was hurting.
Yeah.
Like, when I first got there, and I was just kept thinking, like, I really need to, like, stretch out.
Yeah,
and
but
like,
you couldn't move.
Yeah.
That's why I lifted those seats up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, as soon as I did that, I had all kinds of room. And the nigga, like, next to me was kind of, like, standing in front of his, so I didn't want to put it up. And then when he moved over, I put that shit up, and he looked back like, oh, I got all this space now.
So much room for activity.
Now we could jump around to all these slow songs. But, I loved the Kid Cudi. It was a good show. It was kind of the same during Childish Gambino. It was just like, it was real packed. It was real tight. And I'm like, fuck. I feel like the older I get, like the farther back my seats get, because I don't want to be in the bullshit no more. But I don't know if that's just a old nigga thing or just.
I just want to be comfortable. That's just me. My thing is all about comfort. Like, I don't want people all up on me. Granted, AC was popping in there, so it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a lot worse, is what I'm saying. But yeah. I just like having my own space. I don't like to have to, like, this gets super uncomfortable after like an hour.
But I mean,
like, sitting
that
like
too.
that.
If you would have went and like did like the Rager shit when we got to jump around, then that'd have been cool.
Yeah,
I'd have been cool bumping shoulders with people, but we just got ballads the whole night. So, but
Cudi, the ballads,
Cutters, HBO and vitamin waters. Oh shit. But yeah. I think it's about.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
We went on from it.
So on that note, we are going to wrap up this episode. But please be sure to DM us at the Saucy Boys Pod if you want this
mystery box.
Yeah, this mystery box of goodies. And then yeah, catch us in a couple of weeks.
Word.
Peace.
Bye.
No, 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 no. Yeah. No. Yeah. Please say the kid that needs some help. And man, see, I'd have been so hype if you did that shit.
Every time.